Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of From Blended to Besties.
Sorry.
Wow, way to mock me though. We're on episode number 5. We've had a couple of people have noticed on our Instagram that we are officially Disney annual pass holders.
We told them several times. We're very proud.
Did I say they noticed?
Yeah,
we announced it.
We announced it.
I think we're like Tinkerbell pass members. I forgot the name of what our pass is.
We have the Tinkerbell one. We can only go during the week.
Only during the week, only for Florida residents because that's the only thing that's available. But we did it. We've been talking about it for a hot minute, and we finally jumped the gun and did it. Mm-hmm. Is that the right word? Jump the gun?
Jump the gun. Yeah.
I'm so horrible with these things.
She is. I'm sorry. We mock her all the time, but I think that's it.
But we did it. We're excited and showing you guys all the stuff that we plan to do at Disney and the content we plan to do. A lot of you guys are asking us questions. I am so shocked and surprised at how many people have never been to Disney or don't really know anything about Disney because we both grew up. Like Disney was something we casually went to all the time. I didn't know that it was a special thing for some people or something that they've never gotten to do for whatever reason it may be. So people were asking us, what are your tips and tricks? What are the must things to do? What are the things that we really don't need to do? What should we be saving money for? What is at each even park? Because I asked people, I was like, tell us your favorite parks. And someone was like, I don't even know any of the parks. They're like, there's more than one Disney. And I was like, well, technically there's more than one Disney, but then there's also like the parks.
I think it depends on who you're talking to, because then you have like the people who live in California or are closer to California than Florida. And they go to Disneyland.
That's
or California Adventure, which is, there's one.
Okay. And that's what I didn't know. I thought, because I as much as I love Disney and stuff, there's still a lot of things that I haven't done and haven't seen. I thought every Disney, like Japan and Paris, like they had the 4 just like we do. So only Orlando has the 4.
Which is why people come from all over to go to Disney World.
Okay, so now that makes a little more sense then, because I didn't know that. Which is insane because you have to pay 4 tickets, like for all 4 parks.
Well, unless you get a park hopper. So with like our pass, obviously if you have we can go to all 4 parks in one day if we wanted to.
Yes.
But the way they have it now is you have to, and this is only since post-COVID, you can pick a park that you want to go to. You have to stay there until 2:00. And then after 2:00, you can park hop to anywhere you want as many times as you want. But up until 2, I'm not sure why they do that.
I think it's like, because I think you have to make the reservation to the park, and once all the reservations are taken, like you can't get it. Like, let's say they have 100 slots. 100 slots divided by 4 or whatever. Once those 100 slots are taken between the 4, those 4, like, all 100 people are park hopping to each park, but you can't just, like, get in, you know? And then 2:00, if, like, other people who decide, during the lunch break, I want to go to Disney, get in, the other people at least got to spend time there. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I think it's silly.
I thought they were going to get rid of it once they started allowing more and more people to come, but that's
staying. A lot of stuff that changed because of COVID is staying, which is trash.
Lovely.
So yeah, we have the Disney one. We've been to Disney, I think once since we got our passes. We went to Epcot and drank around the world a little. Actually, no, we didn't drink around the world. We did food and wine. Which actually, to be honest, this was my first time really doing food and wine.
What do you mean?
Like, I've always gone to Epcot and it's been food and wine, but like I would just go to like Mexico and get a margarita. Like, I didn't really go to like the little outside things and go to each country and like try to grab something from each one. I was either like riding rides or just like.
See, I'm the opposite. I've only ever done food and wine.
Oh, really?
So I've never done everything else. Like when you were bringing it up earlier, and I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? I've done the eating I don't even know that there's like sitting down restaurants because I've always ever
the quick stops or whatever.
Yeah, the quick little areas is what I've done. And I think it's like, I don't know. Is there more like quick areas? Like food and wine festival isn't all the time, right? That's what
it's not all the time. And even when it's gone, there's still quick stop like food areas.
I've ironically always been during food and wine festival.
That's so crazy.
It's like so ironic.
In the summer.
Yeah, I've always been to Disney in the summer.
Oh my God, you need to go.
Girl, I work. Like I was working all the time, so I never went any other time. But I've always been there during the summer. And everyone's like asking us all our tips and tricks, and we are getting ready to start doing tips and tricks now that we can go all the time.
Yeah.
We started at Epcot. We didn't exactly do any tips and tricks thing. I think we have a video to do what we ate and what we drank. But we just learned about new drinks this morning that we're going to have to go back and test out.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, Epcot, I don't even know how to explain Epcot. Like,
Epcot is, it's like the futuristic park. It's like their whole thing. So their whole thing is like, it depends on what side of Epcot you go to, I guess. There's the side that has all the countries where they have 12 to 14 countries, I'm not sure. But during Food and Wine, they have little pop-ups of like other countries that they normally don't have there. And then the other side is they do like a lot of technology-based things, like the future of tomorrow, or I don't know what it is. It's like the future. And then they have a lot of like they have like a whole like Nemo section, like and then they're coming out the whole Moana section.
That's
like
the one
there's
I'm
all
excited
kinds
about.
of stuff. Like there's so much to do at Epcot. Like if you have kids, that's what like a lot of people think that Epcot's only for adults because it has a lot of drinking. Yes, there is a lot of drinking, but there's so many things to do for kids. And at each country, there are little rides in there that you can take your kids on. There's all kinds of fun drinks that are non-alcoholic for kids. It's a great time. You can spend all day at Epcot.
Yeah, I never went to Epcot as a kid. I've only went to Epcot ever since I turned 21. Because what I heard of Epcot is, if you guys haven't heard about it, it's drinking around the world. Mm-hmm. It's an unofficial thing. It's not something that's hosted by Disney. I don't know who made it up. Just an alcoholic who wanted to go around or something. But like, it's so official now. You can get shirts that say like each country and like mark it down. You can get like temporary tattoos to mark yourself down for every country that you go. And you basically go through every single country and grab a drink and have a taste of the whole world or something.
But there's like multiple stands and like multiple drinks at each country. So there's no way you can drink.
And you'd have to see if you survived it or not.
Yeah.
And it's just like a competition, not a competition, but like a little competition.
It's so
and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is Megan went there for her 21st birthday and so did I.
Both provided by Mike. The man's got one trick. Okay.
That's what we did for our 21st birthday, and it's just such a fun experience. I was just telling my mom that when she found out we were going to Epcot, she didn't even know that was a thing, and then Megan's telling me about this whole new drinking.
Yeah, there's a Monorail Bar Crawl.
Monorail Bar Crawl.
Which I've never done. You take the monorail to each resort, and you go to like little restaurants in there and grab a drink.
Yeah. And these drinks are like not like the same drinks that you would go to a bar and find. They're like so cute, unique drinks. They're lot
from
of them
each country. Like they're legit from each country. And you know what's cool about Epcot too? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The people who work at each country are from that country.
I didn't know that. Because then they usually say at the bottom where they're from. But I like when you're drinking, I don't think I ever once looked at the tag.
Yeah, they're from that country. Isn't that crazy?
I didn't know that. That's so cool. I'm still so sad we skipped Morocco because I would have loved to try that drink. We went into Morocco to take a picture, but we didn't actually get a drink there. I think it was an open, wasn't it? When we went,
it was, but we had drinks in our hand.
Oh, I didn't think
And we took pictures and we just left. We'll have to go back. It's just so much to do in one day, especially when you're drinking. It is expensive.
That's what I was going to say. Epcot is probably the most expensive theme park out of all of them because you are mostly tasting different foods from around the world and drinking. And instead of like Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom where you're kind of just eating like lunch and dinner or a snack, like you're trying to eat as much as you can in Epcot to have all the different flavors, it gets expensive.
Each drink runs you anywhere from $10 to $15, and then each meal will cost you anywhere from like $5 to $9. But I mean, it's a small sample. Like it's for one person, unless you're doing like here's a tip and trick. If you're going with somebody, Tiffany and I would split a drink. Like we would drink together because you're drinking probably like 16 drinks. Okay. So you don't need one yourself. You can, if you want to, which I have done before. I died. And
the way that they get you is like the countries don't just have one signature drink. They have like 3 options. So 3 or 4 options.
There were some countries that Tiffany and I was like, let's get one of each.
We wanted to try all the different drinks because I'm like, that sounds good, but that also sounds good. And it's like, what do we want to do? And we're like, all right, we'll split them. But it does get expensive when you're trying to buy these damn drinks.
But I mean, there were also some countries that we skipped. Like we knew, Tiffany and I, like I said, we've been separately. This was our second time going together. I knew I wasn't going to want a beer in Germany because I've had the Hefeweizen that they are known for. You can buy it at Publix here. I mean, it does taste better out of Disney. I will say that. But I knew I didn't want to.
Did they you say that?
No, I wish. Also, the food from Germany is good. I mean, it is good, but I've had it before, and I know my favorite types of food, and my favorite types of food just it's not German food. So I'd rather spend my calories and my monies getting 3 meals from China or some food in Mexico.
Yeah, China, Japan, and Mexico, man, they be having good ass food. I think if you've never been, it's definitely something that you should take the time to save up as much money as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Try food and at least one drink from every single country so you can at least
it.
have that. Because, I mean, Megan's experienced the whole entire countries. I've experienced all of them. So now we know which ones we love, which ones we avoid to truly, like, enjoy ourselves and not, like, waste money on stuff that we're not going to like.
And you know what's cool is you can download an app if you are interested in food and wine. Or I think, like, food and wine, and then they have like the Festival of the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
You can download apps. So I was looking at the menus and stuff the night before, and I was texting Tiffany. I'm like, look at this. I want to get this. I want to get this. So I knew in each country which drinks they had and which ones I would want to try. They also have little pamphlet forms if you don't have an app. You don't want to use your app, and you can like pre-decide what you're going to do, so you can save time and kind of figure out, you know, how much money you're going to be spending. And I say split everything because there is so much food. There's going to be countries that you want more than one thing from. And it's a lot of money.
It is.
But it's worth it. It's such a good time. And each year they switch out it's not like the same thing every single year.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have something new every year. It's great.
New food or new drinks?
Both.
Oh, really?
I mean, like they have like for the food and wine, the regular stuff, like when we went to Rose and Crown in England, the drinks we had in there, it's the same thing every single time. But they did have outside of England, they had Ireland, which Ireland isn't normally there. They had the Bailey's Guinness milkshakes, which were phenomenal. That is a food and wine seasonal thing that came back. Sometimes they do repeat things, but then sometimes they have new additional things. So they have like the food and wine thing switches out. The normal stuff that stays at Epcot that's there, it doesn't.
That's good to know because I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
They also do, like Megan said, have the rides around in between the places. It's definitely recommended to pick which ones you're dying to go to and go there first because these lines, if you guys haven't been to Disney the longest, are the longest lines I've ever seen in my life.
An hour and a half plus.
Yeah, an hour and a half plus for a ride. Like,
not me.
Oh my God,
I'll be drunk at Epcot.
It's insane. It's definitely a lot. It's not like how it used to be. So many people are going. The stuff are taking longer. But they have an app. And I thought about whether we should talk about the app or not, but I also don't understand the app.
The Genie?
Yeah.
You should get the app, first of all, because...
The Disney app.
Disney app. Mm-hmm. You can put everything through the app. It shows you wait times for everything. So you can literally keep an eye on it. They show you Disney dining. You can make reservations. Like everything you do through the app. You need the app.
That's my favorite part of the app is if you guys ever have walked to a ride just to find out that it was closed down and you're like mad as hell, like you don't even have to walk anywhere. You can check the app and see, is it closed down? Oh, it's not, but it's a 60-minute ride. Like you can decide, do I want to go there? Do I not want to? Or if you see like, holy shit, it dropped from 60 to 20. Let's rush over there. You can kind of see it before having to move and go around because you are outdoors and it's going to be super hot and you would rather like work smarter than harder.
Yes, definitely. You can bring your own water bottles in.
You can make reservations for restaurants on the app, like, which is super awesome.
Suggested that if you know you want to go somewhere for dinner, you make it a week in advance. Like there was a restaurant when Travis and I wanted to go for my birthday. I made it 5 days in advance and they were like, no ma'am. It's
What restaurant was it?
It was one in Japan and it was like a hibachi style restaurant. And I told my dad I wanted to go and he was like, oh my God, that place is amazing. He's like, that's probably like top 3 of my favorite restaurants.
Really?
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go. Looked it up. It was called like not Timpano.
I don't know. That's going to drive her crazy.
It's like it began with a T and it was in Japan and I didn't get to go. I was dying and I checked every single day. Morning and night to see if someone canceled.
If it's reserved, you can still technically look every single day up until the day of, and someone can drop their reservation and you can snag it. We've done that before. I think we did that for the Beauty and Beast one. Like it just someone dropped it, and Megan and I were able to get it last minute, which is something that people book in advance, and we got to go to the Beauty and Beast one. But that's in a whole different theme park. That's at Magic Kingdom, I think. I don't know anymore. Right?
Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
I'm so confused with the parks. I never know where we are anywhere, but
I was dying to go. I didn't get to go. It was Teppan and Edo.
Teppan Edo.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. Look, there's a reservation right now, though.
Girl, for dinner on October 12th, there's only 2 reservations.
I didn't realize you went all the way to October.
There's 2 reservations available at 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Like, people book out. And that's the thing, too, is, like, you can't count on, like, oh, well, maybe someone will cancel. Like, if you want to go, these high-class restaurants, some of them you can get in, like, day of. I'm not going to lie. But these fancy ones, like Be Our Guest being one of them a lot of the times, Yak and Yeti being another one, which is phenomenal. That's an Animal Kingdom.
Oh, we never got to go.
And then I guess Tempanado, whatever it's called, is... I feel like I should make that reservation now.
I know, you might as well get it. We might be able to go in October. I don't know.
You get the 4 o'clock one?
There's also groups that you can join on Facebook that will tell you tips and tricks, or like people who are at the park the day before that will let you know what's going on. Because some of these restaurants I didn't know, like there was a girl, I don't remember. I think it was on the Day Drinkers Club. She was letting people know that she was like, there's like an open spot at this restaurant if anyone wants it. She's like, I see like they're having the seats and they're not filling it up. And I was like, man, that is some great use of like helping other people out. Just because you never know. And this is just like one park that we're talking about. There's like other restaurants that are booked for like weeks, months on out. Like there's so many things that are booked actually.
I know. It's like Disney is like a lifestyle. Also, you can bring in your own water. Disney
and snacks,
water,
right?
It's expensive as fuck. You can bring in your own snacks,
and it's Dasani. So
you have
take
to
that
have
information.
It closed. Like
with
you can't bring in like open bags of chips and stuff like that. But if you want to stop,
people have open drinks that they bring in.
What do you mean?
Someone said that it was Magic Kingdom, but I don't know if that counts. Someone said they were walking in with a Starbucks and they got in like with the Starbucks.
So they went. I saw that post. They left from somewhere and park hop, and I don't think you have to go through security again.
No, I mean they had. Okay, I'm gonna be honest in here. They didn't have Starbucks.
I know,
but it was they went from their car into Magic Kingdom with the Starbucks cup, and were like living their best lives at Magic Kingdom, which is an alcohol-free park. How did they get through with an open container?
Because you can buy Starbucks at any park. So they're not going to tell you like, oh yeah, you came from Epcot, you spent money at the, you know what I mean?
But how did they sneak the alcohol in?
Because they probably left Epcot, stopped by their car, filled it up with something, and then just went back to Magic Kingdom.
Oh, you can do that?
Mm-hmm.
They made it seem like they like got out of their car, went straight into Magic Kingdom, and were sipping on like some wine or whatever it was.
No, they probably were sipping on wine at Magic Kingdom, but my parents used to do that all the time. Like we would go, and my dad would pack like a cooler back in the day when we had Disney passes. We would go to Magic Kingdom, hang out there for the day, and then lunchtime we would go to the car, eat lunch, then come back in.
I didn't even know you can bring like coolers and snacks and stuff in Disney. I mean, we've been to other theme parks where there are like absolutely no snacks or coolers of any kind. I did not know that Disney allows you to do that, and you should 100% take it.
Yeah.
Because you know their pretzels and their like cheap ass food is like expensive as hell, and kids just want everything and anything.
Oh, even me. When we go, when Travis and I go to Disney, when we take the kids, we go to any theme park, I'll pack a damn sandwich. I make sandwiches in the morning. We have sandwiches, we have snacks. Like we bring Neo, like the little water enhancer things. You can put it in, grab a bottle of water, squirt it in there. Some have electrolytes, like so the kids aren't complaining about drinking water all the time. Bring your snacks, bring water.
There was a lady, ingenuitive, I have to say. She brought her child to Disney. She put Mickey Mouse stickers on all the snacks that she brought from home and told the child that they were Mickey Mouse snacks so that they didn't ask for like, because you know the kids are always like, I want it. She was like, this is a Mickey Mouse snack, and it's just like a regular like dollar store sticker on the sandwich.
That is hysterical.
How smart is that though? Like I feel like that would work for Bryce. Michael would work.
Oh yeah,
but like Bryce would be like, oh okay.
No, literally. So I had cheese sticks because it's easy to pack in the lunch and it fits in his little bento box or whatever. So I had regular cheese sticks, like the Publix brand or whatever. But then when back to school started, the Paw Patrol one that has the same brand. Okay, it just has the Paw Patrol on the front. So
just put it back in the packaging.
Yeah, I literally just put that in there. And on the first day of school when I was packing his lunch, he saw me and he's like, I want the Paw Patrol one. And I was like, it's both mozzarella, made with skim milk or whatever it is. I'm like, it's literally both the same. And he's like, but I wanted the Paw Patrol one. I'm like, I hate kids.
I love that.
No, so that makes so much sense. Like, I feel that in my soul. Like, that is so smart.
The stickers, and I thought that was really, like, genius. Just like when the kid, there's parents who buy like stuffed animals and stuff, and they'll put like the stickers and say it's from like the place when it's not. Just like, damn.
Now, you want to hear what I started doing? This is like the hack of all hacks. Okay, so every single time I go out of town, if I do so, I have extreme mom guilt. So it makes me feel better if I bring the kids back something, you know? So whenever I go to Disney without the kids, I feel extremely guilty. So I always buy them something. Travis and I went to Epcot for my birthday, my 32nd. Oh, God. 32 already.
I like that.
I'm like,
I didn't know if you were trying to lie about your age or not, but I was like, no, she looks like she's genuinely trying to figure it out.
my 32nd birthday, we went to Epcot. And so we went over to, I don't even remember where we were. There was somewhere that we saw we were in Japan, and we were in the little Japanese store that has all the toys and stuff. And we found some things that the boys would want, but then I was looking at the price and I was like, I don't want to pay that. So we went on Amazon, found the exact same thing and had it shipped to the house. So by the time I picked up the kids from Tiffany's, I said that I got them stuff from Disney, and it was right here. And I was like, yeah, this came from Japan.
I love that for you. Honestly, though, a parent can say that, because if a parent, let's say, even if you live like in Tampa like we do, we would just tell the boys like, you know, we can't bring
I had to ship from the house.
Yeah, we can't bring it, you know, in the car because we have too much stuff, but we'll just tell them to ship it home, and it should be home in a few days.
That's what I do.
Grab the package. That's genius.
We got Bryce a little baby Yoda that it has a magnet. You stick it underneath your shirt, and then baby Yoda has a magnet, so it looks like he's sitting on your shoulder. And then we got Michael one of those lucky cats that the arm like goes like this, and they had it there at the Japanese. So how would he know that it wasn't the same one? And it was like freaking $30 cheaper for both of them. So hack right there.
So much cheaper. Like even the Disney shirts and accessories and stuff, I know people want to buy it on the Disney property because they think it's cool and nice. You can get those same exact outfits in either Disney Springs or those outlets outside of Orlando for half the price. Like you're paying for the fact that the shirt is simply on Disney property.
I don't know about Disney Springs because that one's still hella expensive.
It's owned by Disney. But the outlets have them.
Yeah.
So much cheaper. Yep. Now, the only thing I will say that is worth it at the Disney parks that I wouldn't recommend getting anywhere else is the Disney ears.
Oh, for sure. The quality is amazing.
Yeah, the outlets have cheap ears, and they kind of hurt and give you a headache, and they break apart. That the ears you might want to buy on the
Spirit jerseys too.
I can't wait to do the Spirit jerseys.
But even things, so like Tiffany and I have a new obsession. It's a Loungefly. I don't know if you know what a Loungefly is, but it's like a backpack. And you have to look them up. They're look
them up. They're
freaking
adorable.
Cute. I didn't buy. Travis bought both of my Loungeflies off of Amazon, and they are Loungeflies. Like they're real Loungeflies, and for like half the price.
I love that.
They're so much cheaper, and they're so cute. I will say that they're not the ones that they have at Disney right now. So if you're trying to be like on trend, like the Loungeflies that I have are like a couple years old. Like I have the cat one and I have the silver sequin one, but it's from a couple years ago.
And also, you know, there's a difference between Disney and Disney Park Loungeflies.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so there's Disney Loungeflies, which are the ones that if you look at the front of your Disney Loungefly, it's going to say Disney and then Loungefly at the top. Disney parks have exclusive Loungeflies that are not anywhere else but the Disney park. And it has like a little emblem. It's like a gold emblem that it doesn't just say Disney, it says Disney Park. And they are much more expensive, but they also hold their value because they're only at the parks. Like you can't just buy them online or anything like that. So I didn't know that. And I was like, I was going to run to look for my bag to see what kind of bag I have, but I forgot and I never went and did it.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
you get addicted because if you've never seen these bags, guys, they're unique. Oh, not unique because obviously they sell them by 100.
Cute.
But the designs are super cute. All the designs are different. You can go like glitter one day and go like Megan's one that's all cats, Disney cats. And then you could do all Disney princesses. There's so many different designs. They're so cool. And it honestly is a lot of fun to go to the parks and like creep and see what other Loungeflies other people are wearing.
It's like a little club. Like everyone has their Loungeflies, and you're like, oh my god, do you see that one? And I know people are looking at mine because, like I said, mine's
I love that. I love when they're looking at it. I'm just like
because like again, mine is a couple of years old, so there was no one at the park that I didn't see my Loungefly at the park at all. People are like, oh, that's so cute. I'm like, I know, it's so cute. And then you can get the matching ears to go with your Loungefly, and then they come out with Loungeflies all the time.
Yeah,
they're so freaking cute. I'm like, I need more, but like.
The themes get cuter and cuter. They just came out with like an ice cream theme. If you ever seen the Mickey ice cream cones, and it's just the cutest. Like they came out with a Moana one recently, a Cinderella one. You get addicted. Like it's just like how people collect, I don't know, Beanie Babies or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't figure something out. People be collecting Loungeflies.
You know what's funny is this is how silly this whole Loungefly thing is, especially for me. My Loungefly the whole entire time we were there was holding like one lipstick. There was like nothing in my fucking Loungefly. I literally was just holding it because it was cute. It was empty, girl.
I didn't know that, girl. Mine was holding water bottles, the camera, my wallet. Like I could have easily given you a water bottle, so I wasn't holding that.
Well, I drank my water. Mine had a water bottle in it, but I drank it and like tossed the water bottle.
It was carrying a whole one lipstick.
Well, it was holding my poncho too from when it rained because I had to buy a poncho there, and then I took the poncho off. Like I put it in the bag, but other than that, it was holding nothing, girl. It was all for the aesthetic.
I love that. My Loungefly was used on like garbage cans so that we can record videos.
I love that.
Because I didn't have a stand.
You'll have to check them out, even just to look at them. Like they're so freaking cute. Again, get them from Amazon if you can. Amazon has amazing quality, and there's just so many options.
Definitely recommend them. That's a cute thing that you could splurge on. Definitely get Mickey. I never know what they're called. Mini Mickey ears or Disney ears. I don't know.
Just say mouse ears. I don't
know.
Mouse
ears. I didn't have any until Megan gifted me some last month.
I leased them. They're due back in 90 days.
I can't with you. I never had any. It was never a thing that I got into, but it's so cute because just like the Loungeflies, there's hundreds of different Disney ears. Like it's really hard for you to find someone who has the same ears as you do. They come out with new ones. We're super excited because they're going to be coming out with Halloween ones. They have Halloween themes, Valentine's themes,
I'm getting a Halloween Loungefly and matching ears. I dare Travis to tell me no.
I'm just so curious because like I would love pumpkin ears, but like if they come like with a skull or skeleton one, like I might like that, or maybe like bat ears.
Like a Mickey pumpkin one last year, and I had like one on at the each ears.
That'd be so adorable. I would be obsessed.
Bring your own snacks. Bring your own water.
Buy some ears.
Figure out a plan. Like I know that sounds crazy, but if you've never gone before, have a plan of what you're going to do. Also take a day where you don't have a plan and you're just like winging it. You know what I mean? I guess it kind of depends on what you want to do.
Try to take, I think, a day each for each park, because I know a lot of people try to do like 2 parks in one day, or they try to do all 4 parks in one day. You're not going to get everything that you want done in one day. It's just too much. And not just that, the parks are far from each other.
They are.
They're like 10 or 15 minutes away from each other on the bus. These buses are kind of slow. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do all of it, and you're going to like miss out. Just if you can do 4 days or more, definitely recommend doing that. I think that's why we're excited for passes, because we can easily do like an hour there and go back again and just keep going and still not get everything
while
done.
The kids are in school. Another tip that we talked about on YouTube, because we did a partnership with, was it with Disney?
It was with Disney.
With Disney, we did a few months ago. Having your own kid wear his own backpack. I went to Target the day before and bought Bryce just like a little backpack that held his own water bottle, his own sunscreen, his own snacks, just so your backpack isn't, because you're walking around for like 10 plus miles a day, and your back, it starts to hurt.
Yeah.
Like, so he would hold all of his own stuff, and he could go in there and grab his own snack if he wanted it. And like, another thing, off topic, I think is worth it. Get yourself a lanyard on Amazon, especially if you have little kids. Like Bryce and I just started doing it. Michael and I used to do it. And Michael and my dad, because my dad used to take Michael all the time to Disney. And get yourself a lanyard online. Get yourself a lanyard off of Amazon, and then go to there, and then you can buy pens. Like they literally have like packs of pens that are maybe like $8, and they're just like random ones that you probably wouldn't want to keep. Like they're not like the big fancy ones.
I never did that before.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one. We're gonna do it because I have one for myself, but I've
never
worried.
Seen you with your lanyard.
I know, it's because I always forget it every single time. I always forget my own lanyard. Like,
do you have pins on your lanyard?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll have to show me before we leave, because I've never seen it. Like
I have to find it.
That's probably why you don't take it. You don't even know where it is.
Well, I only got it. So I had it one time when Michael and I went, and we went with Travis, and I had mine once. That's when I got my lanyard. So I only had a couple pins on it. And then when we went with Bryce, I bought Bryce one at Disney. Do not recommend. I recommend getting it from Amazon.
You bought Bryce pins though. He didn't have a lanyard, right?
I bought the lanyard for him too. He has
Oh,
a
I
Lion King
remember.
one.
Okay.
I bought it when we were in
Animal
Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
And I bought him, they have a pack of pens that's just like whatever, like they're not super cool or whatever. And if you go up to a cast member and you see them with a lanyard, you can look at any single one on their lanyard and they'll have to treat you. You have to give them a pen and then they'll treat you back. But you can also go around to
the guests, like random people.
Like when we went with our friend Jessica and her husband, and people were going up to him left and right and being like, "Hey, can I get that pen?" And then they'll be like, "Hey, do you want to trade?" And it's a whole thing. And then you go and buy pens, and it's so cute. It's so much fun.
I was so scared because I was like, "Can you say no to people if they want to trade like a really nice pen for a shitty pen?"
Yeah, if it's one of your favorites or something, or you think it's, I'll take 2 of those, and they really want it, maybe they will. But if not, you'd be like, "No, that's okay. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to keep it." And you can go and look for one that you actually want.
I'm curious because like I'm such a person that would like to stick with a theme. Like what are people looking for in other pins? Just like nice pins or do you want to hit the theme? Like I think Jessica's husband said he wants to do maybe Star Wars themed or something like that.
He had one on there that people kept asking for. It was a piece. It was like, I guess it was a puzzle, and the whole like theme of the pins were like broken up pieces of the puzzle. So people were looking for, and he had, I guess, the one piece that was kind of like the rare piece, and people were like, "I only need that piece for my lanyard."
I loved when they were saying that.
So I have a bunch of like villains on mine. I think I have like a Minnie and Mickey one. Jessica gave me an Alice in Wonderland one when we were there because it kept falling off of hers. Michael has the coolest pens because my dad would take him and his like move and like they're so cool. I have to show you Michael's too.
Oh, awesome! I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's cute though, and I love that.
I'm about to steal some of his too, because he's like out of the whole lanyard thing. Like he doesn't really wear his anymore. His is heavy as shit too.
Really?
Yeah, because his is like filled all the way up. And I've seen people that have like in their bedrooms or whatever, it's like a cork board or whatever pens they're not using, and then they wear like specific pens when they're out. You always want to have ones that you're willing to trade on there, because if you do want to trade somebody, or you see a cast member with something and you're like, I want that.
I think that'd be really fun to do, especially to have themes. Like if you have so many pins, and let's say like today I'm gonna go in like all mini themed, and like let's see like who bring like spare like Daffy Duck or Daffy Duck, Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. And that's why she's not allowed to go to Disney, because she'd be calling people Daffy Duck.
Pins that just try to switch for like the coolest looking mini pins that you can see. Like you just make a little fun thing out of it. Something again that I've never done before.
Yeah, we'll have to get you a lanyard.
But that'd be really fun.
That'd be so cute.
We just got also, besides the point, Disney bands for our passes. I saw it in the mail and I opened it and I was like, oh, she is so pretty.
I know, I have mine too.
I don't even know why we need it realistically, because when your dad told me that all we have to do is use our phones to sign in, I'm like, then why did I buy the band?
It's just
Is it just like an aesthetic? Like it's cute?
It's the aesthetic, and it's so much easier just to do like this, because your credit card can be tapped into it. Like everything just, banded up.
Speaking of that, sorry, you just reminded me about like the lanyards that Mike and I need lanyards for Royal Caribbean. Okay. Remember we were always having issues with our cards? Yeah. We always had to keep taking them out. I'm sorry, we're off topic. It just reminded me of it.
Y'all, she's going on a cruise and leaving me.
I know.
Yeah, so you can use the Magic Band. A lot of people don't like to have their phones out, especially if they're like walking around and stuff. You just tap it on there. And ours, so we have the Plus bands, which is brand new. They literally dropped the day we bought our passes. You can go up to certain things.
It's like interactive.
Yeah, certain things like move. And you remember at Harry Potter Land when you had the wand and you could like do like this and then stuff moves? It's gonna be like that, but with the bands.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I thought it was super cute to have the design. I mean, to dress up in anything and all things Disney. I mean, that's the thing when you go to the park. Like you see everyone have such cute, unique Disney shirts. Megan and I are going all the time. We're like, damn, that's a good shirt.
I know. All the time. We're like, oh my God, I wish I had that shirt.
They're like, people make their shirts. I mean, every single time I ask people, I'm like, where'd you get your shirt? They're like, I made it. I'm like, damn it, genius. Like, it's so cool. But like, that's just how they do. And then there's like another thing, if you guys haven't heard, called Disney bounding, where you dress, like you don't like dress up like costume. It's always confusing to like explain to people. You don't dress up in costumes, but you dress up in the theme of the character that you want to be.
So instead of wearing like, let's say a Winnie the Pooh costume where you would get it for like Halloween or something, to bound like Winnie the Pooh, you would wear like a red top. It could be any red top. It could be a tank top. It could be a halter top. It could be whatever. maybe like a yellow skirt, because Winnie the Pooh is yellow, some yellow socks, and then maybe
like
like a yellow bow,
headband,
or something like that. You know what I mean? And then that would be like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, and then that would be Disney bounding.
It's
so you're
comfortable street clothes that you could wear anywhere, but it's in the colors and the theme of Winnie the Pooh. And then maybe like some honey or like bees jewelry with a bee on it or something,
People go all out, and it's like such a thing. I love when I see people pass by us, and you can like kind of tell the colors that there's something, and you're trying to like figure out what it is, because it is like, it's not just like out there. You do have to kind of guess it in a way. And it's just like a lot of fun to get into the theme of it. If you don't want to wear like a Disney outfit, you can do Disney bounding. A lot of people do cute little like princess dresses. I saw that the last time when we were at Magic Kingdom with the whole Disney group. Like so many girls wore big poofy like princessy dresses. It was the thing. It's cute for photos. I can never imagine being on like wearing that on a ride or something.
No, I think a lot of people change too. Like they bring bags and stuff. It's just for the pic. But it's what the cast members too, if they see you bounding, because Travis and I, we did a Disney bound when we went to the Halloween party a couple of years ago. I was Lilo and he was Stitch. He was wearing a blue shirt, and I think he was wearing like blue shorts. And he had like an actual picture of like Stitch on his shirt, which that's usually not bounding, but men. Me, I was
men.
I was wearing a red tank top and I was wearing green shorts, and then I had made a tutu out of like green sparkly, so it kind of looked like a Hawaiian type skirt.
Yeah.
And then I put one on my ankle, and people were going around. They were like, "Hi, Lilo. Hi, Stitch." They were calling us Lilo and Stitch. Super freaking cute. If they can tell what your bound is, the cast members will call you by it. I don't know. It was adorable.
I love that. I can't wait until you do the Alice in Wonderland one.
I know. We did that for the tea party. It would be very similar.
It would look so, like, you would probably look better than the damn Alice in Wonderland that was there. Because that wig, I was noticeable. No hate to Alice in Wonderland.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
She was cute.
I know. It was super cute.
I can't wait to bound. Like, I talk about it all the time. I have so many ideas for Tiffany and I. We're definitely going to, especially when it gets cooler. We'll have to test it out one day when we can have Mike as like a backup to pick up the kids to see if we can actually go right after school, how long we can be there, and then so we can get home.
Just to know, just in case, and do it on a day to see, because we also have to incorporate traffic into the mix.
See how long we can be there before we have to come back and pick up the kids for school.
And then one more thing before we have to go, definitely invest in waiting in lines and taking those photos with the professional photographers. Megan and I can take cute pictures on ourselves or with ourselves, but the photos that these photographers take, like one, they do cute little, how do you say it? Like they put
animations.
They put animations in your photos.
To, like, hold your hand out, and then you'll get the picture back, and they'll be like a bird or like Figment or whatever.
It's the cutest picture perfect photos, and it's like one of our favorites to do. Like, I know people don't want to wait in lines to take the photos, but it's definitely worth it. Like, we took some cute photos ourselves in front of the castle, but when we did these photos, like, they just get the angles correct to make sure the castle's there, the lighting is perfect, and then when they add the extra stuff, it's just like, it's so cute.
And here's a trip.
It's worth it.
Tip also. So we only have the Tinkerbell pass, right? My dad has like the normal pass that, he can go whenever he wants, but he has the photo pass on his, which is I think like $99 a year or something like that. I'm friends with my dad on the Disney app. So he gets our photos that we take and he can send them to me. So we didn't have to pay for the Disney pass, but we got all the pictures because I'm friends with my dad.
Yes, and you can make friends, or not make friends, I'm sorry.
You can add friends.
Add your family and friends as friends on the app, so it helps you. And then it makes it easier when we were trying to book that. We were all trying to get on the same ride together. We befriended the other two people we were with on the app. And then we were able to have one person make a reservation for all four of us, because you just have to press the button once instead of like Megan and I possibly getting it and then them not being able to get it. You just had one person pressing the button. It was guaranteed all four of us.
I would just like to say this is not sponsored by Disney.
I wish it was, though.
We asked on Instagram what you guys wanted to hear us talk about on the podcast, and Disney came up a few times, some tips and some tricks. Getting there early, definitely. I mean, you want to get there right when the park opens and make a day out of it. If you were staying at a resort, I will say, and you got little kids, get there in the morning, head back to your resort in the summertime when it's hot, come back at like 3:00, finish out your day.
Wear comfortable shoes. I literally bought orthopedic shoes just for the parks. I don't care if they look like old people's shoes. They're comfy because you're walking. I think Megan and I walked like 11 miles.
Bring sunscreen. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
Bring a hat. Bring sunglasses. Like, you're going to be outside for a long time. We should do like a list of things like on our Amazon storefront or something that you should have at Disney, because there's so many things that you should be bringing.
And stuff, just in case, because there's nowhere you think you could sit down and charge your phone a little bit. There's nowhere.
But that's it. We got to go pick up the kids.
Yes. If you guys want us to do a part 2, or maybe there's a specific thing Disney-wise that you guys want us to talk about, or maybe be like, hey, girls, go to this park and let us know. Let us know like how it was. I'll make the reservation today.
Yeah, I mean, we can do the Halloween things coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to that, all the special events. You do have to, if you are a pass holder, you do have to pay extra for those. Like, you don't get to just buy a park ticket for Magic Kingdom during the day, and then the same day that the party's going on, then you get to go to that too. No, it's 2 separate tickets. If you are a pass holder, ask, or a pass holder, you get 10% off. Like, I used to do that, tell my aunt, like, hey, here's the money, because she would get 10% off.
To give you a discount.
Give me a discount and pay her back. But they are 2 separate tickets. It doesn't matter if you paid for that whole day at Epcot, you're not staying for the whole day.
Yeah.
You're staying for how many hours the party's going to be happening, then you get kicked out. So, but they are so much fun. We could talk about that in another podcast. We really do got to go. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.